Hello, Debbie Dunford here. Judgment versus evaluation. What's the difference, first of all? And is it important to know the difference? And I don't think I ever really thought about it until this last weekend. Yesterday, if you caught my live, or David's in my live, you would have seen that I mentioned that I'm really excited to share a lot of the stuff that I learned over this last weekend. It was just amazing, chock full of information, and I am so excited. Like, I've got months worth of material here that I cannot wait to share with you guys, because my experience this weekend was just honestly completely life-changing. And there were things I learned about myself that I'm going to apply to everyday life, not just my business. And I'm so excited and pumped for the realizations and things that I've had. And it's thanks to all those amazing facilitators and mentors that were there. So to start off, so I wanted to start off today with judgment versus evaluation. Like I said, I didn't really think about it. I don't even know if I thought about it before this last weekend. But then I had a conversation with Blair Dunkley. We were fortunate enough to have him there. If you're not sure who he is amazing in his field. He does a lot of mindset work. He does a lot of mind models, he calls them, and he's just amazing. So if you have any questions about who he is, or you want to get connected and be part of his webinars and stuff, just put the word Blair in the comments, and I'm happy to let you know where to go for his stuff, because it's just amazing. But yeah, so getting right in there. Blair also profiles people in helping you understand what kinds of things, maybe for me it was what kinds of things were stopping me in my business, in how things are going. And so after he did that with me on Friday night, I had the privilege of sitting down and chatting with him personally, just one-on-one, and he changed my view of this. I mean, it's just amazing. I am somebody that was judging everything that I was doing, and I was not just with my business, and not just with when I ran an ad and I didn't really test my ads. Hey Steven, thanks for joining me, glad you're here. So not just with my ads or things, but I realized that I was judging how I did things, how people saw me. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I mean, after my conversation with him, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. My brain hurt literally after about an hour and a half or 2 hours after our conversation ended, because it was just, I just realized how much I was internalizing, which is what judgment is. Okay, judgment is internalizing. What does that person think about me? How should I write this post? Thank you so much. That's very kind. But yeah, how do I? What should I write in this post? Because it has to be perfect the first time, because what are people going to think about it? I mean, just everything was centered around that, and that was all internal. I was doing this all and worrying and things internally, and it was really damaging my self-confidence. And that's something I've always struggled with, and that's a whole other topic. But so the biggest thing I realized is that judgment, like I said, is internal, but the evaluation part, that's the external part. That's where you can step outside of where you're at and what you're doing. So say it's a post about your product, right? So instead of worrying about how should I say this, what's it going to look like, what's it going to sound like, and having it be a worry or a judgment, you step back and you say, okay, evaluate and make it more of a, if this were somebody else, would I click on this? It's an evaluation standpoint. It's not a, I did this wrong, or I've got to do this right. It's a, okay, how would this look or feel if it was somebody else? How would this look or feel if somebody came on and was reading this post? Would I want to click? Would I want to interact? You know, and that's an evaluation standpoint, and that's way more effective than I'm worried about what I want to say because I'm worried about how it's going to be taken. That doesn't get you anywhere, right? So the difference between judgment and evaluation is just so they're absolutely opposite and absolutely essential to understand. And now I understand that it's absolutely essential to understand, and it totally changed the rest of my weekend. So the workshop I was at was a 3-day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And like I mentioned, it was Friday evening. Yeah, it is so true. It was Friday evening that I spoke with Blair, so after my first day of workshop. And then Saturday, it was just different. When the facilitators would ask questions, I wouldn't think, I don't know, what's the right answer? I went deeper, I went outside myself, and I thought, what might I do? Okay, how can I think through that? What might I do to be able to figure out the answer and think deeper and kind of find a solution? There's no right or wrong, just a solution. And Saturday was so much more effective, and the rest of the weekend was just so different and so amazing. And I'm really carrying that home, and I'm really, really trying to evaluate my day and my time with my kids and my time with my husband, and instead of worry about my actions, and today on my personal profile I put, I'm gonna check my battery, it was saying it was low, but on my personal profile, I'll hurry and finish up. I put a post that was super, super vulnerable, and it was hard to do, but I made sure to step out of that comfort zone and say, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to care what other people think. This is about me, not about them. So it was more an evaluation. I was able to step outside myself and say, you know what, this needs to happen. I need to be me. That's more effective to be me. So rather than trying to be somebody else. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing more mindset things throughout this week on my lives, or on David's and my lives. And so we'd love for you to join us throughout the next week. Please drop down, just be strong. And that's what you do. That's awesome. That's great. And yeah, that self-confidence, like that is something I am majorly working on. And that all has to do with that evaluation and not judging. And so, yeah, that's something that I am working on, definitely. And it's a work in progress, not perfect, but I am not going to give up. So, anyway, have a great night. I do want to say, if you got some value out of this, even on the replay, just put #value. That would be really helpful for us in evaluating, right? How we're doing, and if we're giving you content that's helpful for you. Okay, awesome, thanks. Yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, have a fantastic evening or day or whenever you see this, and we will see you again next time. Can't wait. We'll talk to you later. Bye.